The banking system, as you know, it is already dead. You wake up, open your phone, and look at a number on your banking app. You feel secure. You think that number represents wealth, sweat, and hours of your life locked safely in a vault. But it is a digital illusion, a carefully maintained hallucination designed to keep you compliant. While you are sleeping, the traditional financial system is quietly suffocating under the weight of historic inflation, bad debt, and centralized incompetence. The bank doesn't have your money. In fact, under fractional reserve rules, they only keep a tiny fraction of what you deposit. The rest is loaned out, leveraged, and gambled on complex financial instruments. When a crisis hits, the doors lock, the apps go offline, and you are left holding a worthless screen. We saw the warning signs with the sudden collapse of major banks in recent years, but those weren't isolated incidents. They were tremors before the main earthquake. The system is structurally insolvent, relying on a delicate web of trust that can shatter in an instant. But the real threat isn't just that the banks are fragile. It's that they are using sophisticated artificial intelligence to monitor, track, and control your spending in real time. This is the silent collapse. They are replacing human tellers and branch managers with autonomous algorithms that decide whether you are allowed to access your own capital. One wrong post on social media, one transaction that doesn't fit their pre-approved narrative, and your account is frozen with the click of a button. The digital panopticon is being built around you, brick by brick, and most people are happily walking straight into the cell. You are being pushed into a digital cage, a centralized bank digital currency system where every single dollar has an expiration date and a predetermined purpose. If you don't adapt now, if you don't build your own sovereign financial network, you will be locked out of the economy entirely. The old rules of saving and investing are obsolete. The game has been hacked, and the house always wins unless you change the way you play. To survive the upcoming transition, you must understand the underlying mechanics of this financial decay. We are moving from an era of free markets to an era of algorithmic command and control, where your financial survival depends entirely on your ability to operate outside their centralized grid. This requires a fundamental shift in how you view money, security, and the role of the state. To understand how fast this collapse can happen, we must look at a core case study: the sudden death of Silicon Valley Bank in March 2023. This was not just another bank failure. It was the first true hyperspeed digital bank run in human history. A $40 billion institution vanished in less than 36 hours. It wasn't because of a slow, physical line of people waiting outside the doors in the rain. It was a viral event driven by social media, private Slack channels, and mobile banking apps. Rumors spread on Twitter, and within hours, depositors initiated withdrawals of $42 billion. The bank simply did not have the cash. This is the terrifying reality of the modern financial era. In the past, a bank run took days or weeks. You had time to see the news, drive to the branch, talk to your family, and withdraw your savings. Today, a bank run happens in milliseconds. It is a viral contagion. If the algorithm detects a sudden spike in withdrawals, it automatically halts transactions, trapping your capital inside a failing institution. You are locked out while the executives, venture capitalists, and institutional insiders bail themselves out, first using private back channels. And don't think your local regional bank is any safer. The entire banking sector is interconnected by a complex web of derivatives and overnight lending markets. When one domino falls, it pulls down dozens of others. The commercial real estate market is currently sitting on a mountain of unpaid debt, and regional banks hold the vast majority of those toxic loans. As office buildings sit empty in major metropolitan areas and interest rates remain high, these banks are facing a slow-motion car crash. They are surviving on accounting tricks, regulatory forbearance, and government lifelines, but the clock is ticking. The Federal Reserve's emergency lending programs are merely putting a band-aid on a gunshot wound. In a fragile system like this, you cannot afford to rely on traditional, slow, high-fee brokerages that restrict your movement. You need a platform built for speed, control, and sophisticated execution. That is why we partner with Tastytrade. Tastytrade is a premier trading platform designed for self-directed investors who want to take control of their own financial destiny. They offer low fees, advanced options trading tools, and real-time market data, so you can execute your strategies before the crowd even knows what happened. If you want to build your sovereign financial toolkit, click the link in the description to sign up for Tastytrade today. When the next wave of bank failures hits, the government won't save you. Their only solution is to print more money, which further devalues the dollars sitting in your savings account. You are paying for their bailouts through the hidden tax of inflation. Your purchasing power is being systematically destroyed, and the only way to protect yourself is to move your capital out of their fragile custody and into active, cash-flowing, sovereign assets. You must become your own central bank, managing your own risk, liquidity, and asset allocation with professional-grade tools. This is not about speculation. It is about preservation. It is about understanding that the traditional banking relationship has transformed from a service into a massive, unhedged liability. The collapse isn't just happening in the bank vaults. It is happening inside your mind. The financial elite aren't just managing the markets. They are actively hacking your brain's dopamine pathways to keep you passive, compliant, and distracted. We live in an era of cognitive hacking, where advanced AI algorithms curate your feed you constant dopamine hits of outrage and entertainment, and keep you in a state of perpetual financial anxiety. When you are anxious and distracted, you make terrible financial decisions. You panic sell your assets during a minor dip, or you chase speculative bubbles driven by FOMO. The algorithms are designed to trigger these emotional responses because that is how institutional market makers extract liquidity from retail investors. They feed on your fear and greed. They use machine learning to predict exactly when you will break, buying your assets at a discount and selling them back to you at the peak. This is not a conspiracy. It is the business model of high-frequency trading firms and social media giants. They have mapped human psychology down to the millisecond, turning your biological impulses into institutional profit. This is a form of psychological warfare. By keeping you addicted to short-term gratification, they prevent you from building long-term, sovereign wealth. You become a passive consumer, spending money you don't have on things you don't need, using credit cards with high interest rates that lock you into a lifetime of debt slavery. The system wants you to be a debtor because a debtor is easy to control. A debtor cannot say no. A debtor cannot walk away. They want you tired, stressed, and dependent on their next paycheck and their centralized banking apps. To break free from this cycle, you must first reclaim your cognitive sovereignty. You must recognize that your attention is the ultimate battleground. If you do not control your focus, the machine will control it for you. This means disconnecting from the constant noise of the mainstream financial media, silencing the notification bells, and shifting your focus from consumption to production. You must train your mind to think in decades, not seconds. Reclaiming your mind is the prerequisite to reclaiming your money. Without cognitive control, any financial wealth you accumulate will eventually be extracted by the algorithmic trap. You must build an intellectual fortress that filters out the noise and focuses exclusively on high-signal, actionable information. So what is the solution? How do you protect your family and your future from a dying financial system and a cognitive hacking engine? The answer is to build your own sovereign wealth network. This is a multi-layered strategy that combines mental clarity, financial control, and physical security. True wealth is not a digital number on a screen. It is the absolute, uncancelable ownership of tangible assets and the mental sovereignty to direct them. First, mental sovereignty. Reclaim your focus. Use AI tools as extensions of your own intelligence, not as crutches. Build automated systems that filter information, summarize data, and execute your predefined strategies without requiring your constant attention. Stop reacting to the market and start orchestrating it. You must develop a disciplined information diet, consuming deep research and ignoring the daily noise of the market commentators. By training your mind to focus on macro trends rather than micro fluctuations, you build a massive psychological advantage over the rest of the market. Second, financial sovereignty. Move your capital out of fragile regional banks. Keep only what you need for daily expenses in traditional accounts. The rest should be distributed across cash-flowing assets, hard commodities, and secure brokerages like Tastytrade. By using Tastytrade, you can hedge your portfolio against market downturns, trade options to generate consistent cash flow, and maintain liquid control over your capital. Sign up using our partner link to support the channel and start building your financial shield. This is your first line of defense against banking system failures. Third, physical and legacy protection. In an era of digital censorship and frozen bank accounts, you must protect your physical assets and legal identity. You cannot afford to keep all your eggs in one geopolitical basket. That is why we recommend protecting your legacy with Ice Vault. The Ice Vault is a premium service designed to help you secure your vital documents, legal structures, and digital assets in highly secure, sovereign jurisdictions. Having a secure backup of your vital records and legal entities is crucial when the digital systems of your home country go offline or become heavily restricted. And finally, practical daily tools. Support businesses that operate outside the centralized control grid. Check out buystuff.online for a curated marketplace of sovereign goods, privacy-focused tools, and independent products that help you live a self-reliant lifestyle. By voting with your capital, you starve the beast and feed the parallel economy. Every dollar spent on independent platforms is a vote for freedom and a step away from corporate state dependency. This is how we build resilience from the ground up, ensuring that no single point of failure can compromise our family's security or our personal liberties. The parallel economy is no longer a fringe concept. It is a vital necessity for anyone who wishes to remain sovereign in the digital age. We must actively fund the infrastructure of freedom. Let's recap the core insights of today's deep dive. First, the traditional banking system is mathematically unsustainable, surviving on printed money and fractional reserve illusions. Second, the financial elite use advanced AI to hack your attention and keep you in a cycle of debt and compliance. Third, to survive, you must shift from a passive consumer to an active orchestrator. Build your sovereign wealth network by reclaiming your mind, securing your capital on platforms like Tastytrade, protecting your legacy with Ice Vault, and supporting independent ecosystems like buystuff.online. If you want to survive the upcoming transition, you must act now. Sign up for Tastytrade to secure your financial execution. Protect your legacy and vital assets with Ice Vault. Support the parallel economy by shopping at buystuff.online. And subscribe to Mind, Money, and Machines to stay ahead of the curve. If you found value in this deep dive, subscribe to Mind, Money, and Machines and hit the notification bell. We deliver these actionable, visionary, and truthful strategies every single week to help you master the intersection of technology and wealth. Leave a comment below. What is your first step to financial sovereignty? Stay sharp, stay sovereign. I will see you in the next one.